get it, but 90% of the league smokes weed, bro.
And there's
Like,
and there's no violation. They don't
yeah,
test
there
for
isn't.
marijuana, right?
Yeah,
But the problem is with him
and I get it with the
being,
probation. I get it.
yeah, and not only that, because now he's had another interaction with the the police, and it was a probation violation. Now what it turns into is
Now,
he might
well,
have to serve a suspension.
see
That's
now,
a stretch. It's a stretch, but it could
yeah,
happen. I am Big Temp. That is Mr. Mike LaFleur. We're back. Yes, I know you guys have missed us. We haven't been on here for a while. I have been busy with publishing for my book, and Mike has been asking me, hey, when are we going to do another show? When are we going to do another show? When are we going to do another show? And I've been like, you know,
he's
the way
lying
my
though.
bank the way my bank account is set up, it's but we are back. We are the Cave Cast. If you haven't heard of us and you're just now joining us, it's the first time ever seeing us. Hey, welcome. We appreciate you stopping by, seeing what we have to offer. We're a small sports Chiefs NBA, NFL network or channel. And so we do stuff that is not like, you know, some of the big guys. So we talk a little shit. We have fun while we're doing it, and nobody is off limits. Simple as that. So, uh, on the on the list or the agenda today, look, look, nobody's questioning the talents of Rashee Rice anymore. When he's on the field, he changes the entire offense. Okay, he's physical, he's explosive, he's fearless, and especially over the middle. He is the kind of receiver that turns 3rd and 8 into a backbreaker for defenses, right? Now, with that being said, eventually talent stops being the conversation, especially in his situation, and accountability becomes the conversation for him. Now, I'm only saying this because it has been the talk with Rashee Rice being hit with a probation violation, which stems from his situation where he, wound up being found guilty of reckless driving or speeding or whatever you want to call it, right? And now he's having to serve the 30-day jail time immediately. And we all heard that Rashee uh, he had basically had some work done on the knee that he had did some rehab on. Apparently, from what I'm understanding, it was because he was having some irritation and inflammation. And that usually happens whenever they do any kind of surgery like that. So he wanted to have that done. Now, there's all kinds of things out there. They talk about, he did this and then he wound up getting the violation, and, it's a bad deal for him to do it, to have that knee surgery and then get popped for this because now he's got to do the rehab while he's in jail. Now, Mike, you just said the same thing, and I've thought it too. They pretty much knew he was going to be out, and maybe that's why, it's not such a big deal because he's going to have to sit out anyway for OTAs because he had that surgery. The problem with that is there's always going to be the detractors on this, right? And they're always going to have something smart and really, kind of, just, being asses when it comes to this shit, right? And trust me, I'm not really happy with what's happened, but I also know that we don't know everything. We have no idea of everything that happened or why it happened the way it happened.
Yeah, we live
Now,
in a headline world. That's what we
pretty
live in.
much.
That's what everything.
Now,
So
the Chiefs are sitting here dealing with another offseason cloud after Rice. Okay. He violated his probation with a failed drug test. It led him to a 30-day, stint that he's going to have to do in jail, which was part of his original agreement from you know, the conviction. All right. So he's going to spend his 30 days in jail. Uh, and OTAs and minicamp, they're starting up. And here's the reality. I don't know if anybody else is talking about it in Kansas City or if they want to say that, say it out loud, but the NFL is probably not done. Now, that's not saying that they are. Okay. It's not saying that they're going to do anything about this, but there is the possibility. Is it likely? Probably not. Is it a possibility? Yes. There's always possibilities in anything. I don't care what anybody says, right? The league already suspended him once over the street racing crash. We all know that. Now you've got another violation tied to the probation. Even if the legal side is handled, the NFL has never loved repeat headlines. That's my only concern in this. That's the dangerous part. Okay. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm not saying anybody is, nobody knows for sure. And that's why I'm trying to get people to understand. Quit saying these things are going to happen. It's more than likely, probably going to happen. No, that's not true. We have no idea. And I hate when everybody's out there saying that type of shit like they have the inside scoop on what's going to happen. You don't.
Man,
You do not.
it just
Nobody fucking
reminds me.
knows.
It just reminds me of the situation that happened with whatever happened with his baby mama. Everybody was just so convinced
Yeah.
that. And look, I'm not saying because, like you said, we don't know what happens behind closed doors.
No, we don't.
I'm not even necessarily saying that he didn't do it because I don't know that either. But
No.
what I do know is that you shouldn't jump to conclusions because of the fact that they ended up not even finding him guilty of anything.
Exactly. So
So that's all we can go off of. You can't
yeah.
just keep, and that's why I hate like, and I'm not saying because a lot of this is his fault,
Yes.
but at the same time, at least two of the incidences aren't even something that was in his hands. Because remember, somebody tried to lie and claim that he hit them at a club, only
Yeah,
for it
that
to
was
come
another one.
out. Yeah, only for it to come out and with video evidence, he wasn't even there when the
No.
person was trying to claim that he punched him in the face for no reason. So, like like I said, at the same time, man,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate, but
It
like I
is.
said, some of it is his fault. But like I said, we live in a headline world where people just read the headlines and just run with it.
Yeah,
So
and it's unfortunate because the Chiefs they don't just need Rashee Rice available, right? They need him dependable. I mean, they have to have him, especially with the way that the wide receiver room is built right now. And I hate to say that, but there's a lot of questions in play in the
it's
wide
question
receiver room.
marks. It's
Yeah, it's a
question marks.
lot of that right now.
I
And
wouldn't
the one
necessarily I wouldn't necessarily say like they're bad because I see a lot of people saying that we have the worst wide receiver room in the league, and I'm just like I don't agree with that.
I don't know if
I
I
just
agree
think
with that.
there's question marks because we didn't get to see with Royals anything with Royals last year,
Exactly, exactly.
and um, I think even what's going on with Xavier is unfair because it's like obviously he has things he needs to work on,
Of course.
obviously, but context is everything, bro. The dude, none of the receivers, bro, nobody on offense was good last year outside of like some of the offensive linemen.
Pretty much.
Even Mahomes was bad last year. So just
Yeah.
like
He
when you
wasn't
put
great.
that in the yeah, so when you even put that in the context, and
Yeah.
it's only Worthy's second year going into his third now.
And he got injured early. First
Yeah,
game.
and he was injured.
So
And
my
but he
thing
played
is,
and then he played through it all too. So I'm just like, y'all gotta
yeah,
cut him some slack a little bit. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
So my thing is that for the Chiefs, Patrick Mahomes can cover up a lot of flaws, right? Andy Reid can scheme around missing pieces, but dynasties they do start cracking when there are distractions, and they become like traditions almost, right? Instead of mistakes. We haven't seen a lot of that in Kansas City. And knowing the fact that we have Eric Bieniemy back in the Chiefs' kingdom, I don't think we're going to have to worry about the distraction situation as much because he is a hard-nosed guy when it comes to discipline. And that's what makes this thing a little bit more frustrating per se, okay? And hear me out. And the reason I say this is because this didn't have to happen, okay? Kansas City did stand behind him, and the locker room has stood behind him. There are fans who have defended him because people believe the first incident was a wake-up call. Now, the questions will start all over again for this. The problem I'm going to tell people right now is that since we don't know everything, kind of keep it at arm's length when it comes to information that comes out. Because again, there are things out there that have been said about how Rice was given a certain kind of, uh, inflammation medicine, basically, with all this stuff happening with his knee. And maybe it had something, some form of CBD or THC inside the medicine. Maybe it was based off THC. And my problem is that if that is the case, these are all
Could you
allegations.
imagine?
These are all allegations. If that is the case, then the person who's doing his rehab that did that should have been more aware of what his situation was. And Rice should have been also. He should have asked more questions. You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's why I said the questions will start all over again about him. And it's not going to really, it's going to be fair, but it's not going to be fair. There's
It's
going to
like
be
I said, it's
things.
unfortunate. It's just unfortunate on just on both spectrums. Like
Yeah.
whether he was actually smoking or not. Like
Yeah. And that's the
it
other
just
thing that
it
comes out
just
of
paints
this
the
is,
picture. It just paints the picture for him even worse. Even if he was doing like a rehab medicine, it's just gonna they're we're just gonna look at him a certain way because of all the other stuff.
yeah.
So
And in the long term with that, can the Chiefs, that's going to be the thing is, are the people going to ask themselves, can the Chiefs trust him long term? Right. And how much patience uh, or does the NFL really have left for him? Right. I'm not saying he's, I'm not saying he's going to be in a whole bunch of trouble because I don't know if that's true or not. What I am saying is this: he's not, he's not helping his case by. I mean, it does kind of seem like ever since he's gotten into the league, he's been in something. Something's going on, and I hate that that's happening for him
well,
because
it's
the one thing about
I
his
would
chick, the one thing about his chick, I didn't like that. I thought that was a foul way to do shit. I don't know what the
well
fuck was
hold
going
on.
on.
Think about it this way though. This problems with Rashee hasn't happened until the accident.
Yeah, yeah, but that was after his first season. It was like right after the
Yeah.
season stopped. You know, that's when it started
Well, it was
happening.
after he got injured after the accident, right?
Yes, yes.
So
The
that
following
was like
season,
it was like what game 3, game
I want to say in
4
game
of
three or
year
game
2.
four, one of the two.
Yeah, but before that he was fine. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Like ever since the
through,
accident, it's kind of just been
well, through
on a
his rookie
downward slope.
season, through his rookie season, he was fine. At the end of the rookie season, after they won that Super Bowl, right, is when he had the issues. So that's when it happened. The off season after his rookie season, that off season of his
Right,
rookie season, that's when everything started to kind of like just roll
right.
downhill, And that, to me, like I said, it kind of depends on what the Chiefs want to do, right? We don't know what's going to happen. And that's the thing about second chances in this league, right? You usually don't get unlimited ones, right? He's already made the mistake with the car situation. He's paying his penance for it. You can't retry him, right? You cannot retry him for the same crime. Cannot. But in the court of public opinion and, with social media and things like that, that's one of the things that we love to fucking do. Even after a guy's already been found guilty of something, he served his time, he did his time. We love to fucking keep hammering on them. And that's why I think we're going right now with Rashee. Do I like the fact that, you know, people are questioning certain things or they have a voice and so they want to ask the questions? No, I don't have a problem with that. I like that. I like the discourse when it comes to that. What I don't like is when everybody automatically alleges, that they know something or this is what's going to happen or no, nobody knows. So unless you're, his lawyer or the Chiefs organization as a whole, we got to stop this.
You know what's so crazy? I don't even think this is a Rashee Rice issue. Because what's so insane is that people was doing the same shit to Dave Merritt of all people. When
Last
that
couple
shit
weeks
came
ago,
out, yeah,
yeah,
when that shit came out about Dave Merritt, I was seeing Chiefs fans saying if this is true, he needs to go. He needs to be fired. They don't even know what the fuck happened. You don't even know what
I
he
don't think
gets a
those are Chiefs
people.
fans. I really don't think those
No,
are
well,
Chiefs fans.
it was Chiefs channels. Like it was one of the what's the name
True,
of that channel? I get what you're saying, but I'm
but
just saying people are so quick to jump to conclusions
yeah,
about everything without actually. That's why I never take stuff like I
on
always wait.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't ever just take it as soon as the information comes out
I think you
and
kind
just
of
run with that.
that's the thing that's gotten us into the shit that we're in right now in this country, right? Is it used to be that it was, innocent until proven guilty. But with
Yeah,
with
exactly.
social media and everything else and court of public opinion, now it's guilty until proven innocent. And I hate that crap. Because you can't escape any of this shit nowadays.
Nope.
If you commit
Especially
a
with social
crime,
media,
yeah, if you commit a crime, I don't give a damn if it's in your own hometown of
you could have
30 or 40.
jaywalked.
Yeah, 30 or 40 people. Somebody in that town is going to know about it because it'll be on fucking Facebook or Instagram or whatever within the next 15 to 20 minutes. And now everybody's going to know. You can't get away with nothing nowadays. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that when it comes to certain situations, but I also think that there needs to be some kind of we need to rein it in a little bit with the way we do shit as far as how we treat people and how we, serve justice now because apparently, like I said, we're guilty now until proven innocent, and that's not how it was supposed to be. So,
But the funny thing is that even when people are proven innocent, people still act like they're guilty. That's the crazy
but that's
thing.
that's because that's because no matter what, you can have all the proof out there that this person didn't do something, or they, they've got eyewitnesses and all this other shit. The problem is that people hate to be wrong. I don't know if you noticed
That
that
yeah,
nowadays.
that's
I've
fact.
noticed a lot more of that happening nowadays in this time and place that we're in. That you can come out and give all the information that shows that these people are wrong and that they made a bad mistake, and they don't want to hear it because they are so riveted to having to be right. They are so steadfast that they are right, even if the information is right there in their fucking face. You know, they don't want to hear that shit. So I've said all I really want to say about the Rashee Rice, and I'm gonna say this. I don't know if he's going to be back in Kansas City for a long-term deal. It's more than likely not possibly going to happen. That doesn't mean it's not going to happen. I'm just saying possibility wise it could it's looking the chances are slimming
I got a
up.
hot take. I got a hot take. I got
Uh-oh,
a
here
hot
we
take.
go. Hot take. Mike's hot take.
Listen,
I can't even
this
talk
might not
tonight.
be popular. This might not be popular.
Okay.
If Rasheed Rice plays this season and he's
Okay.
cleared from the NFL season, his suspension, whatever.
Uh-huh.
If he goes out and gets 1,200 receiving yards and let's say 8 to 10 touchdowns, the Chiefs are going to resign him. Now,
Hmm.
it's not going to be for 100 million. I can
Oh,
tell you that right now.
that
He
sure
ain't
won't
getting no
be.
100 million.
No.
And even if it was up to, because I don't think it'll probably be like a 2 to 3 year deal. I don't think it'll be like no 4 5 year deal. But it's gonna be heavily incentivized as well. You got to meet certain thresholds. You
Okay.
got to meet certain. I'm
I
telling
mean,
you,
is that
or not.
really a hot take though?
No,
Is
because
it?
a lot of Chiefs fans don't think he's coming back next year. Like regardless, I
I
think.
mean,
And here's the thing, Dad. If the Chiefs now next year's draft is going to be loaded, right?
it damn
All
sure
across the
is.
board.
Yeah.
My thing is that they'll probably still get a receiver regardless of where they pick.
Yeah.
But if they finish the season like if they win 12 games this year, they're not getting a top 20 pick.
No.
You know what I'm
No.
saying? So you can't bank on if you know this guy is your number one and you can get him cheap compared to what he would usually get because all the situation they can leverage that to an
Yeah.
extent because he's not gonna get probably a bigger deal nowhere else.
More than
You
likely,
know,
you're right on that part.
so if you can keep him for super cheap compared to what all the other receivers is getting, because even these like mid receivers is getting like 15 million. Like I think Jawan Jennings just got, I think it was like up to 13 million, but it's
Okay.
heavily incentivized as well. And
Okay.
I don't think Jawan Jennings is as good as Rashee Rice. That's just my opinion. I think he's good. I don't think
Do you
he's as
think
good.
the Chiefs make a flyer on Stephon Diggs?
See, I was thinking about this, and I wouldn't mind it. I think the problem is
My problem
how many
is how much
receivers.
money. How much money
Well,
is he
that
gonna
too.
want?
How much money is he gonna want? And then how many receivers are they keeping
Hmm.
on the roster?
Yeah. How many receivers are gonna want up there? That's a good question. I mean, like I said, I don't know if I really necessarily want another receiver, but I do understand the fact that we did get rid of Rashee Rice. I mean, not Rashee Rice, but Hollywood Brown, and we did also get rid of Juju Smith Schuster. So
In my opinion, it really
it's
just
just kind
depends
of,
on the Rice.
it's,
It
yeah,
depends on the Rice situation. Like if Rice is gonna play the whole season, maybe not, because this is my thing. I know Juju and Hollywood are gone. But if they're gone, I want to see Thornton and Worthy and Royals take up those snaps. That's what I want to see. If we're
yeah.
because this is the problem that I think the
I
Chiefs
can't, I
have.
can't, I can't knock you on that because I'm really thinking so too, just for the simple fact that I want those guys to get more snaps because the more
Exactly.
snaps you
Dad,
get, the better chances you have of getting
this is
that
the problem.
chemistry with Mahomes.
This is the problem with the Chiefs wide receiver room, and I've been thinking about this. So think about it. The Chiefs' issue is that when they draft a receiver,
Yeah,
that receiver most of the time is usually put in a position where he's not going to be able to get significant burn. So he's kind of in a
yeah,
doghouse. That
yeah,
I think that's kind of what happened with Royals to an extent, and Thornton.
yeah.
There's too many you had too many mouths to feed. You weren't realistically going to be able to involve Hollywood in the offense while still getting Thornton involved the way you wanted him to be involved at the same time.
True.
Along with Worthy and then along with Rice. Because you see how everything changed when Rice came back.
Yeah.
You know,
Now you're
Thornton took
right.
a back
As
seat.
yeah, it's exactly. I was gonna say you're
So
right in that aspect because you're giving Thornton a chance to become, like he said, not a forgotten man. You want him to have an opportunity because if you want to be honest about it, he was kind of the deep threat guy for them, right? And I think that can only get better as time goes on with more reps with Mahomes. Why
Man, he
not?
was good. He was
Yeah.
good, man. Like I was watching some film of him last year, and I really do think he got a bad rap in New England.
Once Rashee came in, yeah, it got kind of
Well,
bad
with the
for him.
thing, with the New England thing with him, because he was a first round pick.
Yeah,
It
came out
was
of Baylor.
unfair
I
to
remember
me.
that.
Yeah, it was unfair because think about who his quarterbacks were and
Yeah.
his head coaches at the time.
Yeah.
Like, I think he has a untapped potential, so to speak, and I do think he can beat dudes. Like when people say we don't have nobody that can beat or man coverage, I'm like, do y'all be watching the
I don't know if
film, bro?
I don't know if I'll
I
say
don't
that
agree.
I say
We got at least we got
consistently.
three. I
I
think we
think
got
cons-
three.
I think consistent. Well, it's hard to tell what because of what Worthy went through last year because he was injured though. So
Exactly.
so
But we've
therefore,
seen him cook some of the best corners in
yeah,
man on a consistent basis. We've seen it.
yeah.
It just didn't really happen
I
as much
can't go
last
by.
year.
Yeah, I can't go by the analysis that was given on Worthy because of what happened last year because he had an ankle injury, right? So
And then
that's
Reid even said his route tree completely changed after that injury. They
yeah,
were
and so
scared to use him the way they were going to use him before because of the injury. So
yeah,
you
so
can't even use that.
yeah, I don't use that. I think that's the thing. That's why I really am, skeptical about adding another receiver to this room because I'm gonna be honest with you. We got to get Jalen Royals some fucking play. That's number
We got to
one.
develop. The
We
Chiefs got
got
to
it.
learn to develop their receivers, bro.
Yeah,
They
so we
got to.
got to get Royal some play. You got to get Thornton some looks, and I think with Chad O'Shea coming into the building, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I think Royals are. I mean, not Royals, but Thornton is gonna improve. I think Worthy is definitely gonna improve. I think I think
I think Worthy.
everybody.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Worthy finna have a breakout season.
I
I've
think
been saying
everybody
this.
in that fucking wide receiver room is gonna actually do well. And I think it's not that, like not I don't think anybody's gonna be like there's gonna be some guy making like having 1,500 yards for the season or some shit like that. That's not what I'm saying. But look, can you imagine if you had 7, 8 receivers who were average who got like 600 to 700 yards for the season, and you had
I could see
five of them?
Rashee. I could see Worthy easily getting like 900, easy
Yeah.
if
So
everything
think,
goes to plan. And then you got Rashee. Now I could see Rashee getting like 12. I could see Rashee getting 1,200 plus yards. I could
yeah.
see it
I mean,
easy
that's to
as
me
the number
that's
one option.
yeah. So I think that you gotta let these guys get some play. Quit bringing in guys, when it comes to that type of shit. Play with the guys you have. Now, if it gets to a point where we lose a guy from an injury or something like that, okay, maybe then you consider it, right? Maybe you consider bringing in a veteran to help with that situation.
And
Kind of,
who's to say, bro? Bro, we have to see Royals this year.
I really
I'm
do.
so mad. I'm so mad that they didn't give that dude no real playing time.
Mm,
That might be one of the most inexcusable things I've seen. That and then the running back situation.
yeah, we're
Like
gonna see.
why would you do that? Because
I don't
then
know.
you wouldn't have if it turned out that Royals was actually good, you wouldn't be having all these wide receiver questions.
No. Hey,
You know?
if you guys are still watching, hey, hit that like button, hit that
Yeah,
hype
man, we need
button.
that
We need that sub. We need those
there
subs. We
too.
need people. Exactly. We need those subs, and we want to be able to, you know, be pushed out there a little bit further to everybody. So while you're thinking about it, you're sitting here listening to us, don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget it. We would truly appreciate it. Small channel, trying to get out to more people. So uh, I'm gonna say this last thing about the Chiefs, and then we can move on. Uh, I have heard all kinds of things, and pertaining to the young guys that we brought in for
Man, don't get me
from the
started.
draft. Okay. One in particular is the knock on what the Chiefs did by getting rid of McDuffie to bring in Delane.
Yeah,
I
not
mean,
drafting a receiver because of this Rashee Rice stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Now that I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this to everybody, and who doesn't ever agree with me, that's fine. This is my opinion. Okay, I think you are absolutely wrong to not go after a guy like Master Delane when you just gave up the best corner that you had because you were not going to be able to pay him and you needed other depth pieces, more picks, and he gave you the best opportunity to do that by his value. I think you had to do it. Mansard Delane is not getting enough love. And mark my words, there are people out there who believe that he is going to be a bust. I've heard it. I'm going to tell you
There is
right
no
now.
way.
I'm going to tell you this right now.
No.
I do not believe that is going to fucking
I'm gonna be
happen.
honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think dude gonna win defensive player rookie of the year.
I think he might. I think he just might.
Seriously.
I'm gonna
I
be
think
honest
he's
with
the
you.
favorite. I think he's the favorite to win it as of right now, if I'm not
And I'm
mistaken.
gonna be honest with you. I don't think there's enough talk about Peter Woods. I
Nope.
really don't. Peter
Man,
Woods
people are
is
so this is the thing. People act like edge rusher is the only way you can get pass rush. Let me tell y'all something. It's not that our edge rush situation looks bad from a pass rush standpoint
yeah,
because our interior was also trash
yeah,
outside of Chris Jones.
exactly.
So y'all are acting like people are acting like our interior was just good. No, it wasn't.
Mm-mm.
The
It was
interior was
bad.
bad too. So if the interior is bad, what makes you think that edge room with just really George Karlaftis is gonna do anything?
I can
You
tell
know what
you
I'm saying?
this.
Like
I'm gonna tell you this. If that's the case, and you believe that the edge rusher is the only way to get pressure on a QB, tell that to Aaron Donald. He played all over the.
exactly.
He played
And you
all
know
over
what's funny?
the line.
What's funny is that like I was reading something and it was talking about how all of the last what like five past Super Bowls, none of them have had an elite edge rusher. It's
They
all
haven't.
interior.
That's
They're all
because
interior guys.
yeah, that's because they are using the interior to push the pocket and make the QB either fall further back, giving the angle for the defensive edge to get around the offensive lineman. So the further the QB goes back by them pushing the middle of the pocket, that makes it easier for the defensive edge or defensive end to
To
get
finish
to.
up to clean it up. Exactly.
Exactly. So I mean, yeah, I don't believe in this situation. Like I
Yeah,
said,
because even with the Seahawks, like the Seahawks had a lot of edge rushers, but what is his name? Byron Murphy, the
oh
the
yeah,
defensive tackle they got.
yeah, he was
He's the engine
nasty.
of all that. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
he was
Even with
nasty.
even with the Patriots when they got Milton, what's his name?
Milton
Milton is it?
Milton
What's
Brown,
his name?
Milton Brown.
The defensive tackle they got. I can't think of his
Is
name.
that
It's Milton
Brown?
something.
The one that came from the Eagles. Yeah,
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 bro. Their defensive line, like when you look at their edge rushers, yeah, they're good. Like Kayvon, he's good. I wouldn't say he's elite,
yeah. But he
but
wasn't.
all
He
that it
was.
starts and ends. It starts and ends with the goddamn defensive tackle though. He's really the only name
Yeah,
that they had on their defensive line for real.
yeah. So
So,
I think I think this is I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised by this offensive class
and I'll
or
be
this
honest
defense
with you.
this rookie class, excuse me.
I was gonna say, listen, man, that running back room.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. The Chiefs is gonna have one of the best running back rooms in the league this year. When you
Very
combine K9 and the more I was looking at his film, Emmett Johnson, yo,
I've been
that
saying that.
dude, that dude him, and they're gonna have Brashard.
Oh
That
yeah,
running back room is going to be a problem, yo. I
it's gonna be
think
a
the running
good.
back room, and because I was talking about how people talking about we haven't gave Mahomes no help this year, and people keep bringing up receivers, and I'm like, yo, especially in the situation with Mahomes now, there's no bigger help that you can give Mahomes right now in this situation than an elite run game.
Yeah,
If you give
I'm with you.
Mahomes an elite run game, I think it has a bigger K9 alone.
Yeah,
Unless you're gonna get AJ Brown or something as a receiver,
yeah,
K9 is gonna have a bigger impact than any. I don't care if he would have got Carnell Tate. He's gonna have a bigger impact than any receiver you would have gotten in the draft this year,
yeah.
in
I'm
my
with you.
opinion.
I firmly believe that their running back room is going to be a lot better, and they're not getting enough love for what they did with the running back room. They're really not.
I'm telling you that running back room is gonna be
It
a
is completely night.
problem.
It's completely night and day by going just by looking at what they have right now. It's completely different than what it was over the last 2 years. And it's no doubt going to be a better running back room, barring
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Kareem might be back.
he
I think
could
he might
be.
come back. I think
He
he'll be
could.
the fourth running back. I think he will. It's gonna be K9, Emmett, Rashard, and Kareem. That's gonna be your four right there. That's what I think.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but that's what I'm thinking.
We're going to jump to a different topic. And the reason why is because it is right now the Eastern Conference and Western Conference finals. I am actually watching the Cleveland Cavs play the New York Knicks right now, and New York is up by 15. Fourth quarter with 11:45 left to go. And the other night when they played in game 1, I watched the Knicks come back from 22 points down behind the
Oh, that was crazy.
magician himself, Jalen Brunson, Captain Clutch. I mean, he was fantastic that night. I'm gonna be
Bro,
honest
what
with
was
you.
it
That
like 6 minutes left in the game and they
it was
came back
6
down
minutes
20?
left, and that man
That
went
is
off. I
insane.
mean, he went stupid, and I was like, I watched him do a play where he yanked it back on James Harden out on the perimeter man after he had just scored like 8 straight. And he yanked this back and then pulled up for a three on this is on Hardman. I was like, I knew once he hit those 4 shots in a row and he come back down. And I mean, they were on this run, and I seen him do that when he just, he gave him the jab step, crossover dribble, and then yank back. And I was like, he got him. As soon as I seen him yank back, I knew he had him. I was laying down watching this, and I was like, oh, you know how when you see something, it give you that that feeling like you're like, damn, that was nasty. I mean, it was nasty. And he had Harden on his heels with that, and just went straight through from three. And I'm
Oh,
like,
Harden is such a bum, bro.
hey.
Harden is such a bum, bro. He might be like the worst player I've ever seen that was like really good offensively in the regular season, but
Yeah.
just straight up doo doo in the playoffs, bro. I don't
Eh,
understand that. You
What's
are trash.
what is funny is that fucking Donovan Mitchell had like 29 points with like 7 minutes left to go in that game in the fourth quarter. And he scored 3 points between that time and the overtime.
He's so up
And
and down, man. Like
and I'm like,
it's
y'all
hard to
mean to
assess
tell
him.
me I never heard his name again really for the rest of the fucking night at that 6 minute mark. I said, nah, that should never happen. Your best player doesn't have the ball in his hands, or you don't hear his name being called, or from anything the rest of that night, that's not a good sign, right? So the Eastern Conference Finals started off with a bang, and the Western Conference Finals did exactly the same thing in Game 1. Wemby was fantastic. I loved it. Game 2, I kind of figured that was going to happen where the Spurs were going to get a lot of ticky-tack calls. There was going to be a lot of calls going in the favor of Oklahoma City.
A lot of flopping. Don't get me started. Don't get me started,
uh,
bro.
your
That shit was
grandmother's
pissing
not
me off,
your
man.
grandmother's not going to be happy with you talking about her Thunder.
Bro, she already commented on my shit when I had said something about the Spurs. Oh, I said something about the Thunder, bro.
Yeah,
And I'm
she,
just
you know,
like, bro, your
she's
team,
a big.
there's a reason. Yeah, I know, but I'm like, you do realize 30, what is it, 32 teams in the league?
Exactly.
Is it 32? Bro,
Yeah,
31 other teams don't like your team, bro. There's a
yeah,
reason why nobody likes OKC outside of the Thunder or
yeah.
Oklahoma.
It's funny
So,
because I kind of knew that was going to happen. There was going to be a big swing one way in the opposite direction with the foul calls. I mean, we all knew that was going to happen. They're the champs, so you know that's going to happen. There's going to be home court advantage. You know, that's going to happen. We get it. My only concern
the
is
thing, the no, go ahead, go ahead.
My only concern is that now Oklahoma City has to go on the road to San Antonio. And I got a funny feeling Wemby's going to have another big night. I got a funny feeling, especially coming back to San
And
Antonio.
man, I'm hoping, I'm hoping Fox come back, bro. And I hope Dylan
Yeah,
Harper's okay. So I think he'll be fine.
yeah.
But man, it's a lot of plate. It's a lot on Castle's plate. And I know the turnovers, the turnovers haven't
He's
been
not the
good.
primary ball handler, and that's where it's hurting him because
Yeah.
he's gonna make turnovers. I will say this: he is one hell of an athlete. I will think he's a
Oh,
hell of an
what, bro?
athlete.
I think Stephen Castle's like he's easily one of the. They got two of the best young guards in the league, bro.
Yeah,
Easy. Harper and Castle.
yeah.
The young guards in this league, they're two of they're at least in the top five.
Who do you think is
I
the
don't know
best
who
guard?
you
Who do
got.
you think is the
Cade.
best point? Who's the best point guard in the league right now? Right now.
Uh, I don't even know.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'll be hard pressed
Cade.
to not give it to Jalen
Cade is a
Brunson.
bad man.
I know, but I'd be hard pressed not to give it to Jalen Brunson.
Ooh,
The reason why I say Jalen
over
Brunson is
Cade.
it's just because of Jalen Brunson's ability to
Cade
score
is
and
a
clutch.
bad mother.
He is, but I'm saying as far as his ability to score in clutch situations, and he's so undersized at his position as far as that goes. He's one of those guards that you still, what is he, about 6'2", 6'3"? He's not a big guard, and the guard sizes have ranged in at some point or another, but he is one of those guys that I like to watch play because he's not super athletic, but he's very skilled at what he does, and I love watching guys like that.
Wait,
And
you think he's better? You think he's better than Luca?
I think
He
he's a
ain't better.
bet. No. I don't know if I would consider Luca a point guard, but I know they don't have him listed as a point guard,
He
do
plays
they?
point guard. No,
I,
they have him listed as a point guard.
okay, well,
Look it up,
even if that's the case, I still think he plays better defense than Luca. I mean, to
bro.
me,
He's not okay. You could say that, but
yeah.
I'm
At
sorry,
least
man.
he fucking
If I
tries.
had
At least he fucking
okay,
tries.
listen,
Luca don't
I'll
even
give you
fucking
that.
try.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. But if you told me I had to pick between him and Brunson, I'm taking Luca, bro.
I mean, I get it. I
I'm
get it. But
sorry.
I'm gonna tell you
Dad,
right
Luca
now.
just put up Luca just put up 33 and a half points, 8
I
rebounds, and 8 assists
I get
today.
it. And a losing effort and a season that was mired
Man, he was
with
injured.
injury.
Look,
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
he was
It was. I
injured.
was gonna say that too.
Yeah,
It was
he's
mired with
injured.
injuries. And you know what? The one thing I'll say about Brunson is, for the most part, he's played a lot of games without being out. I mean, I like Brunson. I really like Brunson. I would have never thought, I would have been that big of a fan of his, but man, the more and more I watch him, I'm like, man, he's gritty, he's hard-nosed. He doesn't let the moment rattle him really. I like watching his game. I like his game. So to me, he's probably top two, top three point guards in the league. And if I had my choice, he'd be my guard that I would pick as far as point guards. You know,
Man, give me
especially
Luca, man.
yeah, you can have
Give me
Luca. I
Luca
mean,
all day.
I just know that Luka ain't gonna play no defense. So,
I mean, we're not gonna sit here and act like Jalen Brunson's some
he's
stout
not us.
defense.
No, he's not. But I mean, it's
You know
the
what I'm
effort for
saying?
me. It's the effort for me. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the things. Like when I was growing up and we were playing ball, my coach used to say, "Look, you may not to me because I play defense, but my coach would say to other guys on the team, he would say, you may not be the greatest, scorer." But everybody can play defense. Anybody can because defense is based on effort. That's all it's based on.
No, but you know what's so crazy is that, man, I was watching some film of Luca. Bro, he was so much more active defensively like earlier in his career. I think
Well,
that
yeah, but he was a lot smaller too earlier then.
yeah, he was. No, you're right. And
He
I
was a
think
lot
that, like,
smaller.
man, if he could get back to, because he's still so young. Like, he's only 20, what, 26?
Yeah,
He's
but
27. He
he
just turned
out there,
27.
he out there in LA. He done got a touch of that, taste of that good life out there.
Nigga, get your ass in the gym. Get your ass in the gym and get to work. Because I don't think Luca's gonna be like, no, he ain't gonna be no all team first defense or no shit like that. But he
No.
can be active. He can be active on the
Yeah,
defensive end,
yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
like he
If
was
I'm
earlier in his career.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying about why I like Brunson is because he is active. He is very vocal on the defensive side. He's he gives a lot of effort. He's undersized, number one, on top of that, going up against a lot of bigger guys, and he still doesn't shy away from it. Luke, on
Like
the other hand,
Luca shows flashes. It's just not consistent. That's the
exactly,
problem.
and that's my problem with him, and that's why I said if I had a choice, I would definitely
Now,
think I would take
to
Brunson
be
over him.
fair, even despite that, I'm still picking him.
You such you
All
such
right.
a fucking homer for his
Yes.
ass.
No, it ain't even that, bro. The nigga, dad, I'm not passing up on somebody that can get me 33.5 points per game.
I get that, but he's gonna give up
You know what I'm
35
saying?
on the other end.
Nah.
Shit.
Surround him with some defenders. You know what I'm saying, and some shooters,
Yeah,
and you good. You know what I'm saying?
we'll see. So
I'm.
I
I wish
know
he was
I
playing
know
in this playoff though.
yeah,
Man,
I know. I will say this. The one thing that made me very happy with this playoff, it made me very sad that my Celtics got done the way that they got done. I'm still pissed off them. I don't know what the fuck went wrong with them. But that being said, I like to see a lot of these teams, these young guys that haven't gotten a chance to get this far, getting a chance to play. And it's very intriguing to see what's happening with the NBA, right? Is it still what I like to see throughout the regular season? No. And I will say during this playoffs, I do like the fact that they are letting them play a little bit more, and they're, allowing them to do a little bit of the things where, when I was growing up, they they used to let happen a lot more often, right? So I'm just saying
this is
that
what
was
I don't like. This is what I don't like.
what?
I like the physicality. As a matter of
Oh
fact, I
yeah,
love it.
I love it right
The
now. I do.
problem that I have is that it was one sided in the Wolves series when they don't ref Wimby right. Is my problem.
Yeah.
They allow dudes to grab on him, hold him while he's
Oh
trying to
yeah.
shoot, rebound, no foul call. But did you see that foul call they called on Harrison Barnes yesterday or the day
Oh,
before
that was
yesterday?
so bad. That
Oh,
was
he
so
flopped.
fucking bad.
He flopped.
They didn't
I'm
even
like,
review
yo,
that. I'm like, wait, y'all couldn't even
bro.
review that?
See, and that's the shit that I'm talking about. So you'll call that as a foul, but meanwhile, Hardenstein is holding on to Wimby with two hands
Yes,
while he's going up for a putback, and you
exactly.
don't call that. That's the issue that I have. If you're gonna allow these dudes to play like that, okay, cool. Do it for both teams and not just one.
I think that's the biggest complaint I have about how
That is the
refs
complaint.
do shit is because if you're going to let it be known early on in the game that this is how we're going to ref this game tonight, fellas, okay, cool. I'm with that. I'm definitely going to be able to fucking, take my keys off of how you call this game, right? If you're going to be straight up ticky tack first thing in the fucking, game, or if you're gonna let me play, like we're gonna be able to get away with a little tug, a little, pull, maybe a hard screen here or there, whatever. No problem with that. But if you're doing that for one side and you're not doing it for the other side, now we're gonna have a fucking problem.
Exactly.
I'm gonna fucking elbow the shit out of somebody.
And, and you know what's funny? I said on Twitter yesterday, I said, this is the problem. When you allow shit like this to keep happening, especially to Wimby, who's clearly getting fouled and you're not calling it,
Yeah.
that's when he decides to be like, oh, okay, you're not going to call it while they're doing all this bullshit to me. Guess what? Now I'm going to elbow me a nigga.
Yeah.
I bet you'll call that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. You force players like Wimby to take shit into their own hands when you
Exactly.
don't call the game the way you're supposed to be calling it according to how you're treating one team. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And that's
So
why I said you
it's like they
gotta let it.
pulled, bro. You see when they pulled fucking Stephon Castle's hair?
Oh yeah,
Did you
yeah,
see that? And
yeah.
they didn't. I'm like, all right, man.
That's why I said you referees gotta let it be known. This is how we're gonna call the game from the jump, fellas. We're not gonna give you every fucking foul call. If it's egregious, yeah, we're gonna fucking call it. If it's right there in front of my face, I'm gonna call it. But if it's some bullshit flop or some shit you're trying to get off, whatever, I'm not calling that shit. Don't look at me for no foul. Play the fucking game. Let's go. Right?
Yeah, I would be
That's
all for it if you do both teams like that.
That's what I'm
I'm all
saying.
for that.
Let's do that from the jump. So, uh, but it has. I will say, like I said, especially in this Nick Cavs series, the first two games so far, I like it. It's physical. It's been very gritty, grinded out kind of game. You know that first game come back by the Knicks. I got to give it to them.
Yeah, that was
That
crazy.
that
Man,
was a great game.
hey, listen, this is what I want Wimby to do. Wimby has got to get that pull up jumper on him in the mid
Yeah,
range. Bro,
I think.
if he gets that pull up, bro, if he can just get to a point where he can dribble good enough to ISO to an
Yeah,
extent on a one on one, bro, if he get that mid range down, he could just pull up, rise over motherfuckers, and knock it down on a consistent
exactly.
basis. If he adds that to his game,
Yeah, it's
it's
gonna be
over.
it's
It's
gonna be a
over.
fucking. He's
Nigga,
already
it's
a
that
motherfucking
nigga.
problem.
Exactly. If he adds that one simple thing, it's like because KD has mastered this that ISO because KD doesn't have like crazy handles, but they're good enough to get off what he needs to get off and get to his spots,
Yeah,
right?
especially going up against guys that where his length is a problem because it's
Exactly.
hard to time
Because
the
you
way
can't
he.
block it. You're
Yeah,
not blocking that.
yeah.
If Wimby gets to the point where he's knocking down fadeaway jumpers in the mid range, nigga, I'm telling you. And look, I promise you, I hope he get locked in. I feel like he can do it now. I just don't think they're taking advantage of it, and I also don't think they're taking advantage of using him more down low. Like,
Yeah, I think they're
and
gonna.
they because
They're
they be missing him on passes too, and I think that's why they need Fox back. They need
Yeah,
like he be getting open on like running off of screens,
yeah.
rolling to the basket, and they don't necessarily be getting him the ball on time.
Nah.
And on y'all leaving a lot of points off the board doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, I think he's
so.
gonna. I think if Fox comes back, it's gonna open that offense back up, especially in the transition game where Fox is deadly at. So
Yeah, I gotta give him that too. Yeah, because
yeah,
his speed alone.
that's
Because I
exactly
think
right.
because Castle is good in transition and getting downhill, but sometimes he gets a little careless with the ball.
Yeah, yeah,
Because sometimes he kind of just loses the ball trying to get downhill and stuff like that. So that's something he got to work on. But like, yeah, man, Fox, they need him and Fox back this next
yeah.
game, or not Fox, Harper.
Yes, Harper.
So
I hope he's not. I hope it's not bad. Whatever the
man, he
situation was.
came. Man, I think that was bullshit because he came back. I seen him run back from the back, and it looked like he was getting ready to come back in, and then one of the staff members had him go back to get checked again, and that's when they ruled him out. It looked
I
like he
wonder
was good to
why.
me. That's
Yeah.
what I was wondering. I was like, he looked good to me. He was even because he had put his head down once the trainer had made him go back. He was like, "Oh man, what for what? Like, I'm good." So maybe they felt like they didn't want to risk it. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
get it. You're up 1-0. Even if you lose this game, you still got. I think they got the next two at home or no
Yeah, because they played on the road, so the next two should be
at San
at
Antonio.
San
Yeah,
Antonio. They already took home court advantage away because
right,
they won that game in Oklahoma City. So
right.
yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
look,
shit. If they can win these two, ooh.
yeah, yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be good
I hope,
games.
please, basketball guys. I don't want Oklahoma to win. Please, that would be the worst thing ever to happen to the NBA, bro. Please do not let these niggas win, bro. I'm already seeing shit talking about Shay's a top 3 point guard of all time.
Oh
I'm
boy.
like, yo, what are we doing, bro? First of all, he's not better than Kobe. I need people to kill that conversation
Oh
right
my
now.
God. Yeah,
He
I'm
is
not doing
not
this.
fucking with Kobe, bro.
I'm not doing that tonight. I'm not doing
He
that
is
tonight.
not. He not better than Jordan. Cut that shit the fuck out, bro. Cut it out.
Yeah, definitely
This is
not
a
doing that
public
tonight.
service announcement. If I
PSA.
see you saying anything about Shay being better than any of them two, I'm gonna hit you in your shins. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kick you in the shins. This shit is getting ridiculous, bro.
He said, I'm gonna hit
God
you in the
dang,
shins.
man.
Well, look, we don't have much more tonight. That's what we really wanted to talk about. And we hope everybody is enjoying the NBA finals or respective finals, Eastern Conference and Western Conference. We are, that is for sure. So, if you guys have anything that you wanted to talk about, if you have any comments about tonight's show, things that maybe we didn't talk about, or something, maybe it's a subject you'd like for us to hit next week, leave it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you guys. We do try to answer every comment that is on our channel because we are a small channel and we love the engagement. So, there's a thing, on your screen and wherever you're watching this at, there's called the hype button. And trust me, the algorithm is true what they say about it. The more likes, more comments, more engagement, the better it will be for us because it'll push our channel and our content out to more viewers. So, if you could, please remember to hit those things for us. We would truly appreciate it. As always, I am Big Temp. That is Mr. Mike LaFleur. We are the Cave Cast. We want to say thank you guys for joining us tonight, and we hope to see you again next week. Y'all take it easy.